the shooting deaths and all this nonsense that J.B. Pritzker is allowing, these simple statistics. These are people. These are people of Illinois, and Illinois deserves better. So I'm honored to stand here before you today running again as governor. And I'm running again as governor because we've had 4 years to consider what happened in 2022. And I think everybody knows, but I'll remind you what happened in 2022. 43% of all registered voters were all that showed up to vote. We can't win elections when that happens. Republicans, our movement, lost all the way from top down. After the primary in 2022, all the other candidates picked up and they went home with their support. March 18th, we must have a united front with these candidates and all of our support to get together with one cause to remove J.B. Pritzker out of office. This man has 4 more years. Illinois' story is over with. But Illinois is better, and Illinois is greater than that. In the times of need from our nation, Illinois stood tall and we turned it around, not just for our state, but for our nation. We have everything that we need here. The Great Lakes, the rivers, the rails, the roads. We're perfectly located in the heartland, the heartbeat of this nation. It's time to get our act together. And as Lori said in her speech, we need bold, conservative leadership. And friends, what's more dangerous than just electing someone that you really haven't seen battle-tested? You've seen me stand and fight for your rights in the House and in the Senate. You know what I'm made of, and you know who I am. So we considered what has to be different this time. And it became brutally honest. You've heard my message. You've heard me talk about this many times. But we needed to connect Cook County with the rest of the state. I don't know if you know it or not, but here in Kankakee, you are in southern Illinois. Did you know that? Because every time I'm in Chicago and we're talking to people and they hear my accent, they say, "Where are you from?" I said, "Southern Illinois." You know what the first thing everybody says is, "Yeah, I know some people in Kankakee." They do. No, a little farther down. Well, yeah, U of I, Champaign. No, keep going. Illinois is a big state. It's a beautiful state. But we must connect Cook County and the suburbs. And friends, I'm telling you what, we did that, this ticket. Aaron Delmar and I have been battering at each other for a long time. And I'm going to be honest with you, because I misunderstood him. It was only until I was challenged to ask him about the differences that I thought that I sat down and I realized, oh my gosh, there's nothing to all this stuff. I said, "I'm sorry, you forgive me." We shook hands, we agreed to work together. We have the team that's going to change this state. Friends, listen, it's not a top-down approach. A lot of people want to run for governor, but what have they done in the past? This is a bottom-up. I served on the school board for 17 years. Cindy and I went on to create alternative education. When I got frustrated, I ran the low position of state representative. Then was elevated to state senate. Sued J.B. Pritzker to open up facilities like this. We won that lawsuit. We were able to go around the state and say, "Open up. Government cannot, will not shut you down unless you let it." You know I am that bold, conservative leader that you need. Aaron has did the exact same thing, working up from precinct committeeman to councilman, serving as chair of the GOP Republican Party. He's been pushing and fighting back, trying to right Illinois in this nation. When J.B. Pritzker is removed on November, will force our opponents on the other side of the aisle to come to the table and talk about the issues that we have here in Illinois. Now I'm going to admit to you, whenever people started kind of talking to me about these 80-20 issues, I thought that meant surrendering morality and your money in your pockets. And I will never do that. But I began to realize that we must discover what 80% of all Illinois have in common so that we can truly work together. And it's obvious J.B. Pritzker's given it to us. Affordability. Everyone in this room knows someone who's left the state of Illinois, and they've left because they can't afford to live here. Property taxes, energy prices. The governor's office, the state legislature should be dealing with that. Safety, 1,600 vacancies in Chicago Police